went live on everything, but we supposed to be live on the Instagram over here, Facebook over there. Is that YouTube too over here? Which one's which?
Oh, YouTube's over
here. Okay, YouTube's over here. Where's Facebook at?
Over here.
Over there, and then I'll be able to see the Facebook comments on here, right? All right, so what we doing, we gonna let folks jump on here. There's folks jumping on these things, and we're gonna take a minute to let that get going. I'm gonna try to see how, we've never done live on 3 different platforms at one time. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and then we're gonna have a guest on this computer right here. Some of you can see it, but I got another computer I gotta talk to right here, and then his face is gonna pop up. How you gonna make the guy pop up on this screen?
You gotta hit the power button.
Oh, I'll have to turn the power button on. Okay, I got it. I'm in technological control tonight of trying to make this stuff work. But anyway, we're gonna be waiting here a minute or two. Mike Dietrich, I see, jumped on here. We've got After the Bite, and that's what you're gonna be watching tonight, or season 4, just premiered on Pursuit Channel. An awesome episode, and we call this After the Bite. 8 p.m. we get on there, we get on live. I talk to you just about anything and everything. Any comment somebody has, send it our way. I'll try to respond to these comments. Christopher, my son, he's over there in the background. He's going to be telling me things people see and say, and we're going to be giving a bunch of giveaways, folks. I got Bass Pro gift cards up here. I've got Jinko tackle. I've got Secret Lures tackle. We're going to be giving it all away. 811 face buffs for, you know, with all the mass. Wait a minute, I ain't supposed to have this. I'm supposed to have my volume off on the phone, but now I can read comments. We got Jason McKinley on here, Lisa Clifton, Brian Bishop. They're watching with us. We got Donna Horn. We've got Merrick McClure. Merrick, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you for a while. Filmed with Merrick last season. Had a ball with that guy. He runs around with the electric outboard and fishes a lot of electric only tournaments. Had a great time fishing with him. Of course, we're going to have my good friend and the guy that you saw on the episode tonight, Reid Ledford. Reid's going to be joining us. We're going to let a few more folks jump on here, and then we're going to get After the Bite started. Tyler Feaster jumping on here. We're going to be, I think, streaming live over on Pride Outdoor Network, right, Christopher? We got that right. We're live over on their platform tonight as well. We've been airing our seasons over on their network, and Tyler's a good old Kentucky boy as well. And y'all ain't seen his network, jump on there, and you can see us live on that thing as well. Chris Schittledorf, how are you, Chris? Good to see you jumping on here. Rick Bain, Rick, he's a fellow landscaper and here locally as well in Kentucky, and Rick and me known each other a long time, and Rick jumping on here. We got Nathan Seals and Chuck Muller. My old buddy Chuck, Indiana 811. I've known Chuck when he was up there, and great guy and a great friend, and sure been missing seeing you, Chuck, for sure. He first time, funny story on Chuck real fast before we get talking about the show. Chuck told my son that he needed to do burnout, so he got in his mama's truck, and I'm talking about Christopher over here. He gets in his mama's truck because Chuck says, hey, what you do is you put your foot on the brake and you stomp on the gas and you can do a burnout. What's Christopher doing in his mama's truck? Didn't go well, and that was thanks to Chuck, by the way. Larry Sisk, known Larry from the fishing world a long time. How you doing, Larry? So anyway, it looks like we're getting a lineup of folks jumping on here. Folks, we got an exciting season 4 that premiered tonight. Excited about the direction and where all we're at with the show now. You're going to see the direction on Pursuit Channel, which you saw tonight, throughout the season. Once it airs on Pursuit, it's going to be, you're going to see us working, or the show on Mossy Oak Go. We'll be doing some things with Mossy Oak now, you know, and excited to be partnering with them. Of course, all of our great team of the sponsors are the folks that have been making this happen, and partners, as I like to say. You know, I work with so many great companies. I can't even go down the whole list. I'll mention a couple of them. One called Concepts, you know, OCC, they have one call centers. They also have OCCLS, which is one call locating service. And my great friend Jimmy Jennings, them guys, Jim Holzer, all of you over there, just a great support team to keep the direction out there and keep us sharing the 811 message with outdoor viewers. I'm always talking about that. Today we were landscaping, matter of fact, and one of the yards that we were in, there was flags everywhere. There was a crossover of utilities, and me and Mark, the guy I work with, me and him was talking about that. I said, look, we couldn't dig a hole out here literally without, taking a chance of hitting the utility. And but you know, other great folks that worked with a number of years is Georgia 811, South Carolina 811, of course Ranger Boats and Power Pole, and I can just keep on, like I said, Jinko Fishing, Secret Lures, and I'm not even going to name them all because it's just, to be truthful for everybody, to ever think we were going to see the show where it's at and with this kind of support, I'd have told you you're crazy, but here it is, and we're going to be just airing on so many places. We're airing locally in Louisville on Wave 3, work with Lisa Clifton over at Louisville Gas and Electric, you know, with them and damage prevention and doing that with Wave 3, and this thing is just keeping on and keeping on, and so excited to be on here. For all any folks that aren't familiar with it, the show airs on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. on Pursuit Channel. At 8 o'clock, we go live like this, and we call this After the Bite. One of my favorite things to do, get on here and talk a little bit and have a guest. Our guest will be Reid Ledford. Reid thumped me in the back of the head in this episode, and you know, it was a good laugh, but the truth of it is it hurt. whether anybody could tell that or not, I was probably a little stunned there for a moment or two. A buddy of mine there earlier texted me at the house here, Keith, and Keith said, what was it? He said, while he's watching the episode, he said, gotta admit, that was kind of funny. It would only be funnier if Brian, your buddy that you fished with all these years, Brian's a guy I tournament fished with years ago at home, and always had, he said if he would have been doing that to you, and I was like, that's real funny. But anyway, you know, it's funny, you know, how you have a mistake like that and you get thumped in the back of the head and everybody thinks it's great, makes great TV, I guess. And but it was a good laugh, and it was a thump to the back of the head for sure. I'm gonna get back on Facebook here. I got to get off track a little bit. Folks, we got tons of folks jumping on here. Steve Clapper, Chad Anderson, Troy King. Troy, I hope you're doing well. Of course, I chat back and forth with Troy on Facebook and that. Had the opportunity to fish in Mexico with him a few years back. Kelly Hook, hope you're doing well. I guess you'll be heading to Florida in a few weeks, but I'm going to beat you down there, Kelly Hook. We're going next week down to Florida. We got about 4 or 5 episodes to go down there and fish. Going to be fishing with my buddy Wes Thomas. Going to actually film a show with Wes. I've not done that individually, so we'll be down there next week. And going to be a bunch of different places, filming with some great folks down there. I'll be down there with Brent Anderson, and definitely looking forward to warm weather, because I just came out of the deer stand not an hour ago with Nick, and it was a little bit chilly. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. Phillip Driver jumping on here. Phillip, hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you for a little bit. Rebecca Ridge watching. That's Christopher's girlfriend. She's on here. And got Emily Boswell. That's and she's down there with Reid. That's Reid's other half there. And we'll be talking with Reid here in a few minutes. So to jump to something else for a second is we're going to be doing these giveaways. Well, I'm talking to the wrong camera, Christopher says. I keep wanting to look at Instagram. Instagram over here. Wait a minute, I got to name a few people before I tell about the giveaway from Instagram. We've got Justin Jennings on here. We've got Brian and Jenny Sharp on here. We've got a number of you folks. I'm gonna hit the wave button and wave at some of you, or whatever that means, and I'm waving at some folks. Anyway, so we are live tonight on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We've never done that before, and so we like to give things away, and in celebration of the start of season 4 of the premiere, I've got some Bass Pro and Amazon gift cards over here. I've got some 811 face bucks. I got all kinds of goodies. I've got some of these new, check out these Mossy Oak fishing shirts right here. Man, these things are sweet. I got them logoed up with 811 on them. It's got their Element series right there. We're going to be giving a couple of these away tonight. Got another one, watch this one, labeled up with the direction on it. Right there, got our logo on it. And going to be giving away these sweet shirts right here. So, you know, the way I think that we're going to give these away is going to make it real simple tonight, Christopher. I want some good comments about my thump to the head that Reid Ledford caused to happen on the show tonight. He thumped me right square in the back of the head with that jig, and he said, I believe on the show, I can't believe I'd done that. I said, you know, we're on the nose of a 521 Ranger boat. Folks, if you don't know how big the deck of that boat is, Reid, you got to be a little more careful next time, son. He'll be on there in a minute. He's right here on this screen, and he's laughing. I got him muted so I can talk trash to him right now. But anyway, make a comment about the show you watched tonight. If you got any great, as I always say, good 811 comments, folks, we're just going to pick a few random folks from all the comments tonight. If you share us, if you would, share us like this. Share it out to everybody else. Get them on there. Anybody that shares it, Christopher, why don't we give somebody one of these gift cards and part of these goodies to somebody that shares it. So Christopher's going to find somebody that shares us, and we're going to go through some great comments. So throw your comments out there, folks. That's how you're going to win any of these goodies tonight. I like giving away. Got some 811 rod gloves for your rods. I mean, I got some nice stuff up here. So, but anyway, so to talk a little bit about season 4 for a second, we got a great lineup coming to you. We've got down the road in a few weeks, we've got Clint Henderson that we filmed with. Clint won the National Kayak Championship, the FLW one, I guess, a couple years ago, or last season. Got to film with him on the Etowah River. We've got Chris Redmond from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. He was an NFL quarterback. Chris and me filmed. Is that the next episode? What is the next one, Stowe? Well, it don't matter. It'll be on there. What you can tell me by the end of the show. We've just got some great folks on some upcoming episodes, but we're not going to skip Chris Redmond next week. So next week you'll see Chris Redmond and me on, and it's a good show. You'll see a fumble. How about that? That's all I'm going to give you a hint on. There's a fumble in that show that you won't want to miss, just like the fumble that Reid Ledford caused to the back of my head with that jig. But so we've got an awesome season coming up. I'm just, like I said earlier, I'm truly excited of where the direction is going and just the amount of support and all the folks that we have just allowing me to go out there and do something I love and then come out and share it with folks. And hopefully, you know, each one of these episodes, folks, you grab a little something from it. You know, you know, tonight you watched that episode. You heard me and Reid talking about our granddaddies and our grandparents, and when he comes on, we'll talk more about that. You know, everybody that gets in the boat with me, you know, they always got a great story, and it's just, it's always, you know, I tell everybody, you get in a boat with somebody and it's like you just known them forever. Me and Reid have gotten to know each other over the last few years, and Reid actually come up to Eufaula when I filmed with Michael Hatton, or excuse me, to the Lake Mitchell, and we filmed up there on the Coosa, and Reid come up and ran the camera boat for us and helped us out. Man, I got to know this guy, and then I get in the boat with him, and man, just what a great couple days, and the bond that, you know, and the friendship that we've just grown into, and man, that's what fishing's about. And hopefully every week when you watch the direction and some of these shows, you'll catch them, you know, them fun stories. Some of them are fun, some of them are just great, you know, inspirational stories. I mean, when you see Chris Redmond next week, you're going to see a guy that'll motivate you. We got another fun guy that'll motivate you later in the season, Cash Daniel. Cash played, you know, for the University of Kentucky. You'll see that that guy, man, he doesn't let up fishing in a boat. And you know, each person that comes on the show, I try to find some, you know, what they're all about and share that. So that's what makes the direction what it is for me, folks, is that I get out in the boat, do something I love, and I just enjoy it. I mean, truthfully, fishing and being outdoors is just my passion. I'm always this excited about it all the time, and to ever think it would be doing this is crazy. But when those folks get in that boat and I have the opportunity to spend a day or 2 or 3 days with them on the water and share their stories and talk to them, man, what a gift that is. And on that note, we're going to bring Reid on here in just a second. So what I was going to ask you, Christopher, any good comments on there, or anything you want to?
Should be fun.
Oh, I've done kicked myself off there. Oh my goodness, this thing's, we're a mile deep here. So Jason McKinley put on here, you didn't let the Redmond boy outfish you, did you? Well, you'll have to watch next week to get that answer, Jason. I'm not going to tell you whether Chris outfished me or not, but all I'm going to tell you is he is talented, because he is an NFL, you know, former NFL player. Tim Mayo on here. Let's see, any other good comments that, no matter how hard he hits you, it won't change that accent. No, Troy, I don't believe I can change that accent too much. Bill McDonald, I hope you're doing well, Bill. It's nice to see you jumping on here. I guess you're going to be gearing up for your new tournament season coming up here before long. Melissa Jennings on there. Call 811 before you dig. There's no doubt. I'll be seeing your husband in Florida. Hopefully here in another week. He might not have told you that yet. I got to call him tomorrow and tell him, Jimmy, we're going to Florida. We're going fishing. I've got a fun one planned for you. We're going to be with a guy named Roger Crafton down there. Roger is a good friend of Wes Thomas. He's going to take us down on a great fishing trip, and Jimmy's going to be joining us. Rick Bain put on here, liked you talking about your grandfather. I fished with mine at No Lynn, Rough River, Green River, and Kentucky Lake back in the 70s and 80s. And now I'm teaching my grandson how to fish. You know, Rick, that statement, it hit home real hard, heavily, and Reid's going to share that as well. As, you know, I got my love for the outdoors from my granddaddy, and, you know, to hear Reid and me get on there and talk about our grandfathers and that, and to get to share them few pictures there to, you know, in the show, I think about it, if he was here today and could see me doing this, man, I mean, it honestly brings a few tears to my eyes, because he was always my inspiration to ever, you know, think that farm pond fishing and having fun would ever have led to the direction. And that's what the direction is. You know, you never know where life's going to take you and what you're going to end up doing. What a great, just a great thing you're doing, Rick, sharing fishing with your grandkids, because, man, today it's who I am, and I never miss, I love the outdoors because of him. And, well, on the note of grandfather, is Reid, I got to hit the button?
Yeah.
So Reid, there ain't no better way to bring you on here. And I think Reid, y'all, you're gonna see him in the background. Hopefully everybody's gonna be able to hear him. We got some fancy technology going on here, but Reid's gonna jump on here. He might lag a little bit or something. I don't know much about this technology, but you know, Reid, this is Reid Ledford right here, folks, and Reid is just a fine young man. This guy, if you see his work ethic, and you listen to him talk about his grandfather and the person that he is, folks, this young man is a gift to the next generation of folks coming up, and I mean that very sincerely. And the best way to introduce this guy and bring him on is, you know, Reid, there isn't anybody, I don't think, more important in your life than your grandfather, and hearing you talk about him and getting to share a little bit about him on that show. And I'm going to make that my introduction to you, and I'm going to let you talk a minute or so here.
And my grandfather, like I say, he's what got me in it, you know. I just always loved being outdoors and loved to fish, and luckily that's what he liked to do. So, man, we fished every time we could, and a lot of times when we couldn't, really, we just always win, and made a lot of memories. And man, it's just stuff that you never forget, you know. And it changed your life for the good, you know. It really does.
Well, a grandparent's a magical person. You know, my 93-year-old grandma still lives across the road from me, and that was my granddaddy was, you know, who was her husband. And but you know, my favorite thing I heard you talk about your granddaddy is, you know, y'all was supposed to be at school and you was out fishing with him, but you know, moments like that are just them are special moments.
Oh, there ain't no doubt. Several times we'd roll into school, and I could see the principal standing outside shaking his head, and I was like, man, golly, he caught me again. And then now I got to go talk to him about it. Smell like a fish.
Well, I don't know about your grandfather, but I'm going to say this about mine. He probably let me go deer hunting and do things, and when I was probably supposed to be in school, but he's also the first person that tells you to get up, go to work every day, and to be a good person, live life right, treat people good. And, you know, I don't know if my granddaddy ever even yelled at me, but I always just had a respect for him, you know, because he told me all that about life, and would say, hey boy, don't go get into drugs and alcohol and all them things. Try to stay a good path. And, you know, I just did it in respect for him, to be honest.
No, there's no doubt. My grandfather, my grandparents both, they're extremely hard-working people, and really, you kind of always figured out it's you work hard and you play hard too. You know, he made sure I got up and went to work every morning, but he always told me to take time to smell the roses too.
Hey,
just finding a good balance there in between.
Work hard, play hard.
I see it, and I try to do it too.
Oh, I know how you roll, folks. If you watched Reid on that show and the enthusiasm, me and him in a boat is wide plumb open the whole entire time. No wonder I got thumped in the head by you. You know, we jumped up on the nose of that boat and it was wide open from the second we hit the deck of that boat with them rods.
We got to catch.
Well, I know some of the audio is a little choppy here, but I'm going to jump into the bite on your follow. Folks, I'm going to tell you one thing about Reid. One thing, this boy's a stick, and he might not want to, you know, tell you that, but he's amazing with the rod and reel, and just a gifted fisherman. And so we jumped in the boat, and the truth of it is the episode don't show, but day one was a disaster. We was out fishing and trying to catch them a little deeper, doing this, doing that. It was all over the place. I don't know that we caught, truthfully, I'm going to say 3 or 4 fish, and I don't know that maybe it wasn't more or a little less, but Christopher's over there looking at me. Am I telling a tale or?
I think it might be less.
Oh, and Christopher said it might have been less, so I was trying to make it sound good at 3 or 4. But here nor there, so day 1 wasn't there. So that all got deleted from the show. But folks, by day 2, we hit the water. And by 7:30, my producer over there, Christopher, normally is complaining, telling me all we do is we talk about all these fish we catch, and then there's 20 or 30 minutes out of the day and we, catch them real good and this, that. Folks, by 7:30 in the morning, Reid and me, and I'm going to say Reid because I'm going to tell you there was a stretch that it was cast after cast, and I'm going to let Reid tell you how he does it and how he catches them, but it was cast after cast, and I was laughing and it's so excited that I don't know that I caught any fish for probably 15 minutes because I was just so excited watching this guy with this swim jig and with this frog, and these fish are blowing up, and he's a throwing over there, he's a hooking them, and they just flying in the boat. And normally I like to kind of be a little gentle with the fish, bring them in the boat a little gentle. Nope, not with Reid. He's so excited they're flying in there. And I mean, folks, it was all out mayhem, and literally by 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock, we literally made the joke and actually filmed a couple wrap-ups. And Reid, I don't know about you, but that was one of them magical days where, the truth of it is we're talking about our grandparents and just other things in life, and man, it just happened. And it was a magic day.
It's one of those days, man, being a shallow water guy, there's a lot of days you don't get 30 bites. It's just kind of you put your nose down, you grind it, and you hope you got 5 big and 5 3, and sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. That morning, catching fish like that is few and far between. You just thank the good Lord it happened that morning. Phone on Lake Youth Aller with a swimming jig is second to none, and you know that now.
Well, and funny you bring it up. In the episode, we were standing out there and you was talking about the good Lord, and all of a sudden, boom, you just hit another fish. I said, man, this is just a flat. It was on. That's all I'm going to say, folks. You couldn't have scripted it. And, the thing that was really neat about that swim jig, and to get into the fishing side of, I'm looking up at the mic and I'm supposed to look at Instagram and look at you Facebook and YouTube folks over there. Reid, when you watch him fish this swim jig, I kind of throw mine out and reel it. Reid, what is it? You literally was catching them, I'm going to say 3 to 1 on me, and I grabbed a spinnerbait and started doing some things I know to do a little better. But tell me a little bit about how you work that swim jig, because my friend, you made it it was awesome.
Man, I just think, especially during a shad spawn, and really, probably 90% of the time I do that, but especially in a shad spawn, you've got so many bait fish swimming around, and you've got so much those fish have got going on in that little mat we were fishing in. And to me, shaking that jig, every time you shake it, that skirt's repulsing and your trailer's getting a lot of action. So to me, you're just giving yourself that much better of a chance to know to your swim jig, maybe over that shad that fish is eating. As good as I do, it's hard to compete with live bait.
Yeah, but you competed with it. I watched you, and for folks that don't know what a swim jig is, a swim jig is, it's got kind of a pointed head, and it comes through the grass pretty well. Kind of describe a swim jig for a second there, Reid, and then we're going to talk about how you fished it.
Man, I would say the biggest thing about a swim jig is, like I say, there's always a pointed head and it's real heavy weed guard on that. Down here down south, for the most part, you're fishing it in any kind of vegetation. For me, anything I can throw it in. If it's shallow, I'll throw it. But you gotta have that pointed head. It'll come timber, grass, anything you can pull it. This got it. And do it. Me, 9 times out of 10, you're throwing a swim jig on braids. There's no stretch there, so a real hook to me is the difference, because you're pouring it on those fish, and you want a hook that's going to bend or straighten. That to me, that's the key.
Gotcha. And then, you know, and that swim jig, most of the time that eye is this way. Well, it is all the time on a swim jig. But in, you know, but the thing, and you brought up the braid, and I'm just holding one of my rods up right here. And this is what I actually throw my swim jig on. But, and, you know, you got the braided line. But Reid, you, I mean, like me, you know, I work that swim jig just a little bit, but I watch you. I mean, man, you really get to shaking that swim jig as you're bringing it through there. And what is, you know, what is it? I mean, tell me about. I mean, I watch that episode over and over, and I get to see footage, and man, I realized how much you work that jig. I mean, I don't know that my arm would be tired.
Man, I'll tell you, like, I normally take a break from fishing a little bit in the wintertime, so come about February, I'll pick it up, and man, the first couple trips I make, 5 minutes in, my arm is killing me, and I'm like, goodness gracious, I ain't gonna be able to do this all year long this year. And I guess it's a little different, you know. I get people fishing with me, and I keep telling them, man, you got to shake that thing, give that jig some action. And they're sitting there telling me, well, I'm trying as hard as I can. Well, I don't know. Try harder. We got to get it moving.
Well, I definitely saw that with you, you know, because like I said, I throw mine out there and I'm a little smoother with it and kind of don't work it like that. And man, you gave me a lesson in seeing, you know, how many more fish hit that bait with that very intense, quick, just, you know, jiggle that you gave that bait coming through the water. Man, it was, like I said, I mean, I flat, that trip was just awesome, and you showed me really what the swim jig's about. I mean, I catch them on it, I throw it a lot, very successful with it. I've used it number of lakes. I filmed a couple of shows. We've thrown some swim jigs and caught them during the shows, but that swim jig, man, you put a lesson on it, and then of course we had a few of them blow up on the frog as well.
Yes, sir.
And so when you combine those two bites, for me in fishing, it just don't get any more fun than the frog bite alongside of throwing that swim jig. When you put that two together, Reid, to me, them are two of the funnest baits out there.
In my opinion, it can't be beat, you know. I mean, it's all, you're up close and you're going to see them, you know, either on the swim jig or the frog, either one. You're watching them blow up. You're fighting with braid. You're feeling everything that fish is doing, and it's a fight with them. And that's what I enjoy about it. There's no doubt about it.
And that bite is tremendously good during the shad spawn. And what months do you typically see that frog and swim jig bite on Eufaula, which Eufaula's legendary anyway? And glad you took me there. You know, what months do you see that bite being good?
Man, I would, for me, the swim jig bite really turns on, mid-March when those fish really start pulling up shad good. I would say, March for that swim jig. And then on the frog, I think for me, the water's got to get just a little bit warmer. You know, I normally start throwing that frog middle of April, something like that. I don't think it really kicks in good until May. I think around May and then of course on in the summer, your daylight bites with the frog. But and then as the summer rolls on, I think you get more bites on the frog than you do a swim jig.
Well, I'm gonna, what month? Let's see, when did we film that episode? I can't even remember when we were down there.
It was May. I want to say it was like the first couple weeks of May, maybe somewhere right in there.
Well, all I can tell you was, my friend, that was one of the funnest trips. I mean, don't take me wrong, I go up north, smallmouth fishing, St. Clair and all them, but that right there was as fun as it gets. And to see literally film a show in 2 or 3 hours, completely done, just game on with you and like that, man, what an awesome trip, and what a talented, great fisherman you are as well. And I know you don't want that credit, but it was definitely a privilege to get in the boat and get to spend a day on the water with you.
Oh man, it's always a good time to get in the boat with you. And that, I have something going on with my camera here. I ain't too tech heavy, you know. But it was definitely just, man, it's so much fun. And we all together. I mean, you get me and you in a boat. We're two personalities, and it goes good together in a boat. But it's just a good time.
We definitely mine and your personalities are wide open, and you could see that in that episode because we did not let up. Well, I'm gonna remind everybody, folks, we got a giveaway going on. All you got to do is make a comment, whether it's tell me the importance of calling 811 or a good 811 post out there, just anything, safe digging, comment, anything on the 811 site, because I'm always promoting that message and sharing the message of digging safely, and always contacting or calling or getting online and contacting 811 before you dig. Don't care if you do it online, phone, whichever ways you want to do it, but it's the law. You got to do it. It's free, and it's going to keep you safe. So that part we can't skip. I've got these great mossy oak fishing shirts right here. It's their Element series. Excited, of course, about working with mossy oak this season. And we got one of them with the Direction logo on it, with 811 on it right there. I've got gift cards, all of it. All you got to do is comment about the episode, me getting hit in the head by Reid right here. Anything like that, just throw up a comment. Anybody that shares this out to folks, we're gonna randomly pick a few folks. I'm gonna probably put together 3 packages and send them out. I got some gift cards, and we're gonna grab some of you folks and send you some great Direction stuff as well. I haven't even pulled that out yet, but we always got all of our great looking ball caps right. Where'd my ball caps go? Did I get them out, Christopher? Well, I thought I brought them in here. Anyway, I've got some 811 Direction ball caps that I'm going to be giving out. I thought I put them in the bag, but hey, leave it to me not to stick them in there. Anyway, I got some rain ponchos. I got all kinds of goodies. So make a comment, folks. That's all it takes. You make a comment, we're going to pick one of you for some of these giveaways. And there ain't nobody that's going to tell me that they won't be happy getting a Bass Pro gift card or an Amazon gift card. How about you, Reid? Would you be excited about one of them?
I would. I tell you, I would like some 811 apparel. I don't know. I thought maybe I could get one after doing a show, but I guess not. I don't know.
I just got thrown under the bus, folks. Hey, I'm going to send you a face buff so you can cover that head up right there. This is what I'm going to do. But
I'll feel back in case you get hit in the head again.
I might need to send you one of these right here. Maybe I should have, truthfully here, Reid, this is for you. I probably should have wore one of these bright yellow safety toboggans right here, courtesy of New York 811. I probably should have put one of these on so you wouldn't be able to see me and not hit me in my big melon while we were fishing.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd wore that, I feel like the odds that you really went down a lot. I mean, I hate that it happened, but I tell you, it was one of the funniest things I've ever done in my life. I'll put it like that.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, is that it hurt. I had tears in my eyes, but to look back on it and to laugh, I put that video on TikTok, and I had so many funny comments. And by the way, folks, if you haven't been over on our TikTok, we got a TikTok, and it does pretty good. So go check out our TikTok. I know we're on Instagram, and I know we're on Facebook and YouTube, but you can check out our TikTok too. And you could see Reid thump me in the head, and I added a little music, and it's a pretty good video over on TikTok. So any of you folks out there, TikTokers, go find the Direction on TikTok and check out some of our. We put a little bit of funny stuff over there. We kind of stay in the funny category over on TikTok. Don't do as much serious stuff over there. But I will say, next time I fish with you, Reid, I think I'm going to be wearing safety green or yellow, whatever they call this, to keep from getting hit in the head.
Hey, I'd like one myself.
And Yeah, let's see, who else? We got Danny Blanford on here, and he's putting Fish Stupid and Dig Smart. Danny, excited to be having you on board this season in Secret Lures, and going to be able to partner with a great company like yours. I've always thrown the stupid tube, love your products, and to, after a number of years and knowing each other and talking, get the opportunity to, have you guys on board with us. And it's always fun to have great companies. It's like Jinko, they're a local, these folks are right here in Kentucky. Secret Lures, Danny Blanford right there in Indiana, and getting to work with folks that are genuinely good friends, Denali Rod, Scott Estes, Mike Hilton. The folks that I have partnered in this show, we don't just, it's not just a product deal. It's not just, about the dollars and cents. Folks, these folks that I'm with and have the opportunity to represent and get to work with, it's a true, just a blessing is the best way to say it. I mean, I look at Ranger boats and think how long I've run a Ranger boat, folks. It's been a lot of years, and love that fine product and love that fine boat, and all of those companies, I'm proud to be a part of them. Power Pole, the great product they produce, and having it on my boat, and get to talk to Kurt down there, and it's all these companies, TH Marine, all the great stuff they put on the boat, and my buddy Darian Craig and Darian, and he, I've always get to work with TH and got to know him through them, and I can go on and on about that stuff. So I'll just say that man, it's just thankful to get to work with great folks, and just glad to see you on there, Danny, and your all support. And there's Trenton Estridge on here. He said, good thing you didn't cry on the camera. All right now, boy. Now, Trenton's down in Florida fishing right now. If you haven't been on my Instagram or Facebook lately, go back and check out some of the slab crappie. I put a picture of that youngster catching some slab crappie. Trenton does a little filming and helping us as well. And Troy Keene put on here, call 811 where you don't have to call 911, and that's the truth, because that could happen. You don't want to be hitting a utility and end up having to go to the hospital instead of going fishing. But sometimes fishing with me can be dangerous, because last year we had Mark Gardner got hooked in the eye. I got thumped in the back of the head. We had some pretty good situations once in a while in that bass boat. I guess that's why it's called the Direction. You never know what we're going to get you into. But, well, Reid, any other great words or just anything about the episode, show, anything you want to share, just have at it. I don't know that he's hearing me. Is he hearing me? He's asleep. Reid, you hear me?
Well, man, at one of the places, I hear you. Do you hear me?
Yep.
I went to technically there. I had to go get a phone charger because my phone was about to. But right there where I hit you, I hate it happened, but right there on that stretch that I hit you in, you asked me if we had caught them good there before, and 2 weeks before that, me and a good buddy of mine, we had 25 pounds right there, and about as quick as we filmed that show the second morning. I was hoping we'd get on some 5 and 6 pounders like we did that day, but we couldn't catch them. But man, I tell you, that was one of the funnest days I've ever had, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed finding out just how close you and your granddaddy were, and how much we had in common with how we were raised. It really means a lot.
Well, like I've told you, off the camera, man, Reid, it is a true blessing to have a grandparent like that, and to have grandparents like that, and man, I just want to say to you, you know, I admire your work ethic. You mow, you work for the city. You just you're a testament to a good raising, and I appreciate you sharing your story and a day on the water with me on the direction.
Man, I enjoyed it. I appreciate the opportunity myself.
All right, well, I am going to hit, I guess, the button here, and we're going to kind of do a tie-up of after the bite here a little bit. Reid, once again, thank you for coming on, and I am going to hit the mute button so that we go. Oh, I got to close the laptop, so I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
So, folks, you know, what a great individual Reid Ledford is, and he's what the direction's all about. A fun day, fish catching, sharing a few stories, giving a few tips. And what tip is, let me tell you something. If you watch this guy fish that swim jig and how fast he moved it, folks, I learned something right there. That shaking that swim jig when he's reeling, he's like that. My goodness, that boy can put a whooping on him. And I catch him pretty well on a swim jig, but he made it look easy. I mean, flat easy. So anyway, Christopher, I know we've been on here for about 40 minutes. We try to keep these things to under an hour. And folks, I just want to thank everybody. After this goes off, I'll pick some winners, or do you want to, or you can kind of go through there and grab a couple people and give me a couple names here in a minute. We might as well tell them live. Everybody wants to know they win. But one, I want to thank everybody, all the viewers, all the folks that follow the direction, that join us on social media from Instagram right here, you folks. I'm going to hit the wave button to some of you. Austin Smith says, call before you cast. I like that, Austin Smith. I'm waving at some of you Instagram folks, all you YouTube and all you Facebook folks. Appreciate all of y'all. Share the direction out there. Tell everybody about it. It's what keeps the show going. If there's something you want to see or want me to talk about, send us a message, because that's how we get you engaged in the show. If you want to, you know, somebody you know needs a ball cap or something, you better let me know once in a while, because I like sending out a few free hats and direction gear. And Reid done throw me under the bus. I'm going to have to make sure I get him some 811 stuff. You know, but tell folks about us, because folks, this is the greatest thing I've ever gotten to do, and see it growing and continue to grow, and us getting to film with new folks and share their stories, what they're about, share a few fishing tips. Man, this is awesome. The direction is, it's heading in a direction. It's always taking us somewhere, and you know, that's why I call it the direction. I mean, you know, never knew that 25 years into fishing, or 20-something years into the fishing career, something that, you know, I used to think at the tournament world, tried to go out there and fish at the bigger levels and didn't do so well, and come home and fish and do all right and have a lot of fun in the tournament side. But who would have ever thought it would, you know, take you in the direction to end up into TV and doing something I'd always wanted to do since I was a kid. You know, I watched all these guys that filmed outdoor TV, and I used to watch old Hank Parker and Bill Dance and Roland Martin and all them guys, you know, sit in front of a camera and catching fish. And I said, man, I want to do that one day. Well, here it is. And I just want to thank all of you folks that join us and allow me the opportunity to do this. So if there's something you want to hear about, you want to know, or want us to talk about, share it with us. Send us a message, personal message. Put it on our comments, whatever. Christopher, we try to get to a lot of them, and but give me a name or two there, Christopher, or somebody that you think is deserving of a couple prize packages, and I'm gonna have 3 of them, bub. That's what we're gonna have. I'm gonna divide them up into 3. I do have direction ball cap. Somehow I must have left them out there. We got a building outside here, a little shed, and we got ball caps and shirts and all that in there. And but I'm gonna, like I said, here's one of our cool shirts. My son designs this stuff. I gotta give him credit. Check out this direction shirt right here. Got the good old American flag colors on there, and got the D for the direction right there, folks. I'll show you. I showed it to you Instagram folks, And I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna show it to all you Facebook and them YouTubers over there. Cool shirt. We're gonna give that away. But we're gonna put together, like I said, 3 packages. How about some names, Stowe Man?
The shares I can't really see right now unless they commented.
We'll find one share after the show then, because you can't see them. We got Larry Daniels is watching. Larry, glad you joined us. Jason Paul, Julie Brown, and Larry Sis says, been building decks all around Kentucky and Barkley. I think of you every time I call 811. You didn't get thrown under the bus. You got run over by the bus. Oh, good comment there, Larry Sisk. Raina Allen jumped on there. Raina, I hope your husband's doing well, and tell him I said hi and mentioned him on this show. Jerry been kind of struggling with some stuff with with his leg and a few things, and I hope Jerry's doing well, Raina. Just mention that on the show here, because tell Jerry to jump on and watch us, and then I'm thinking of him. Phillip Driver says, digging a gift card. That's pretty good in there, Stowe.
No, he's got another one. It says thump before you dig.
Thump before you dig. Oh. So anyway, you pick the 3 winners, because I can be biased, because I know a bunch of these people, and a lot of them you don't know, so I'm going to leave it up to you.
We got Phillip. We can do that one.
All right, we're going to do Phillip Driver. All right, Phillip, you're going to be getting a prize package, my friend. Appreciate your comment there, Merrick McClure. Merrick put on there, it ain't all about going professional. God bless you, brother. Looking forward to the direction of 2021, and amen to that, Merrick McClure. Gotta have good platform in life, and that'll take you a long way. And sometimes that's the direction. You know what direction you're going to end up, and where you're going to go, what you're going to do with it, and who are you going to do it for. Sometimes it ain't all about yourself. It's about a bigger purpose than yourself. And Merrick, I appreciate your comment there, and sure am looking forward to where the direction goes in 2021. As I said, next week, folks, Chris Redmond, former NFL quarterback, played at the University of Louisville, right here in good old Kentucky. Chris, phenomenal quarterback and a phenomenal individual. This guy's a motivator. He actually worked with, he helped Nick a little bit early on in football and showed Nick, a little bit about the football, how to hold it, different things. And Chris, just a great guy, and what a role model he is for the youth out there and in athletics. And you're going to see him next week on the direction. So one more name there, Stowe. All right, Rick Bain. I've known Rick a long time. So we're on a roll here. We got 2 of them we know, which I'm going to know a whole lot of these folks to get on here. So we got Rick Bain, we got Phillip Driver, and
how about a hard hat next time?
Oh, a hard hat next time. I like it. Hey, that's a good comment there. Maybe next week I need on after the bite. I need to have me a 811 hard hat on, Stowe. You gonna make that happen? 811 hard hat. Maybe I need to fish in that, by the way. But well, folks, once again, thanks for everybody jumping on here. We'll be contacting the folks that won this next week. Pursuit Channel, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Check out the next episode. That'll be episode 2. And be sure to join us live again, 8 p.m. for After the Bite. I'm Mark Stowe, and I can't thank all of you enough for watching, joining us, and allowing us the opportunity to share a few stories with you. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Ooh, we might have a little technical work to do next week, because we're going to be in Florida. Oh, stay tuned. You're going to get to see some Florida footage, or Florida Instagram and Facebook posts from next week. So, but we'll see y'all next Tuesday night.